Now, usually, I try my best to refrain from making any sort of sports or sporting event type videos here on my main channel, the Black Critic Guy, as this channel is mainly geared towards a nerd demographic. It's for the nerd community where I talk about movies, anime, TV shows, top 10s, nerdy subject matter. I know most of you don't give a damn about sports. You don't want to hear my opinions about sports, and I perfectly understand that. That's why I kept the two worlds separated. The only times I can recall in the entire history of my channel that I've talked about sports were on two occasions. One was the NBA Finals last year, and another where I was basically demolishing a video that was trying to tarnish or belittle the illustrious career of one Sir Michael Jordan. But other than that, I try my best not to bring up sporting topics here on this channel because, again, I know none of you give a damn about that. And I also don't do a lot of call out videos or challenge videos on my channel because I just don't care to do so. But today, I'm making an exception because this is going to be a very interesting challenge, to say the least. So for those of you who do know me, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or anything, you all know that I am a big fan of the NBA. And I'm a big fan of one particular team in the NBA. In fact, they're the reasons why I love the NBA once again. That team, of course, is the Golden State Warriors. And if you've been following the NBA lately, they have just went to their fifth consecutive NBA Finals, which hasn't been done since the 1960s, which is a phenomenal accomplishment, and it was led by one of the sport's greatest players, one of the best players in the game right now, Mr. Wardell Stephen Curry II. And just like me, he's a second. That's one of the reasons why I love him. In fact, he's the main reason why I fell in love with the NBA once again. He's the reason I was brought back into the NBA. And most of my shirts have the number 30 on them for that particular reason. So they're going to the NBA Finals for the fifth straight year, and their opponent this time is not the Cleveland Cavaliers. Thank the Lord. I was getting sick of that whole rivalry. Instead, this year they are going against the former LeBronto Raptors, led by the Terminator himself, Kawhi Leonard, straight out of Toronto, baby. And as many of you know, I have a lot of Canadian friends. Jojo Talks Too Much, Simply Rose, Mark, Anime Everyday, I believe is his channel's name. The guy who runs Anime Cafe. It's been many years since I've spoken to these people, so their names kind of escape me, but I do remember you guys. I apologize. Bryn's fandom, wherever she may be. I have a lot of Canadian friends. But probably the most illustrious out of all of them, the one that I was friends with first, and the one I've built a really strong bond and friendship with, sort of a rivalry to, and is one of the best reviewers on the channel, or on YouTube, that doesn't get the full credit that he really deserves. And that is my boy, Mr. Michael Johnson, aka Real School. And the moment that the Raptors won and headed to their first ever NBA Finals, I messaged him, or I should say I commented on a post of his, congratulating him on his team winning. And he goes, "Hey man, you want to put a bet to this?" And I was like, hell fucking yeah. What do you want to do? And he goes, "Okay, so both of our teams are going to the NBA Finals, and we should set up a thing where if our team loses, we dare the other person to watch and review a movie." And so, with all that said, I, Tony Wilder II, a Golden State fan, am personally challenging you, Mr. Johnson, aka Real School, to this NBA Finals challenge. If the Golden State Warriors come off victorious, you should watch something that I feel like is quite fitting since you guys are of the North. You're from the North. In fact, isn't your slogan, "We the North"? Well, guess what? If my team wins, you, my friend, must review Norm of the North, a 2016 film starring Mr. Rob Schneider. And I'm going to add a little addendum. I'm going to put a little spin on this. If my team sweeps your team, if they sweep the Raptors in the finals, you have to watch all of the Norm of the North films and review each and every one of them if your team gets swept in the finals. If not, just watch the first one and then we're going to be even. And you know what? I'm even going to go a little further. If my team wins, you have to review Norm of the North wearing this shirt. I'm going to mail this shirt to you, and you must wear it in the review. I don't care if it's too big or too small for you, you will wear it in the review. So, with all that said, what do you say, Mr. Johnson?